we're going to do things different because this is Thanksgiving weekend. And here at Beth Tefillah, Thanksgiving weekend is a special weekend because we have all of our alums coming back from college and wherever they are all over the world. And now our alums are all over the world. They come back for the Shabbos of Thanksgiving, and one of them is our guest speaker in Shul. Well, we can't do that this year. So we decided to have a guest speaker, an alum, for our Parshah preview. And we chose an alum who normally wouldn't be able to come and speak to us on Shabbos because he works on Shabbos. And yes, we're proud of the fact that he works on Shabbos. He works as the rabbi of one of the most prestigious Orthodox synagogues in the United States, the Hebrew Institute of Riverdale, and we are proud that our guest Parshah previewer for this Thanksgiving weekend is Rabbi Stephen Exler.
Shalom, I'm Stephen Exler, proud alum of BT Class of 98. Delighted to be sharing a Parshah preview with you for this Shabbat of Thanksgiving weekend, Shabbat Parashat Vayeitzei. English has only one word for I. But biblical Hebrew has two, Ani and Anochi. What's the difference between them? And what can this teach us about what God and the Torah invite us to do and be in the world? And what does this have to do with Thanksgiving? I'll try to answer these questions in the next 5 minutes. Biblical scholars have debated the relationship between Ani and Anochi. They often appear side by side in different stories and passages. It's not clear exactly what differentiates them. But we do know this. Anochi seems to actually be a combination of two words. Ani ko. I am here. I am present. Something a little bit more intensive and full as a description of the I-ness of me. And if we follow the appearance of the word Anochi in the beginning of this week's Parashah, we'll see something extraordinary about what it means to be present with each other and to bring our full selves to building a better world. In Yaakov's dream in the beginning of this week's Parashah, he envisions God standing atop that ladder with the angels ascending and descending. And God introduces God's self to Yaakov with the words, Hine Anochi imach. I, Anochi, am with you. Each of Yaakov's forebears, Avraham and Yitzchak, have had a moment in which they encountered God where God introduces God's self as Anochi. This is Yaakov's God Anochi moment. And so when he wakes up from that dream, he says, Achen yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh, v'anochi lo yadati. Normatively translated as, God was in this place, but I didn't know. But I want to translate it as, God was in this place, but I didn't know Anochi. God is in the world, but I didn't know there was a God who wants to be with me, who is Hine Anochi imach, who somehow, in God's infinite being, is invested in connecting with me, in my being my full self, in my journey and in my life. And so after Yaakov wakes up from that dream and expresses the extraordinary awareness that God is not just Hashem, but is Anochi, and Anochi imach, a one who is with us, then Yaakov vows a vow and says, God, if you are with me, Ushmarani baderech hazeh asher anochi holech. And if indeed, God, you're really present with me, I can feel you with me, and you protect me and preserve me on the journey on which I, Yaakov now calling himself Anochi like God, the journey on which I go, my own unique, distinct journey, bringing my full self to that life journey, then we'll have a true relationship, God. And the fact that Yaakov uses the word Anochi to describe himself here is not by chance. The last time Yaakov used the word Anochi, he was standing in front of his father who could no longer see. And he said, Anochi Esav bechorecha, a lie. I am Esav, your firstborn, he said. But once Yaakov knew that Hine Anochi imach, that God was invested in his journey and in just being who he was, not being anyone else, then Yaakov was able to say, Anochi, I am me. I don't need to be Esav. I don't need to strive to take something which belongs to someone else. I can just go on my journey because I know you, God, are with me. For me, this is one of the central messages of the Torah. Whatever it means to have a relationship with God, whatever it means to feel the presence of God in our lives, it's an invitation to feel that something infinite believes in us, wants us to be nothing other than our full and true selves, to express our anochiyut, not our individualism. I believe Jewish culture and values believe deeply in community, not in elevating ourselves above others, not individualism, but individuality, bringing our unique strengths and working on our unique challenges to be our full selves in community, not needing to disguise or mask ourselves, even in this age of artificial masks. It's a time all the more so to bring forward our full selves and to be with others. Indeed, the Anochi of God is the Anochi imach. Once we're our full selves, we can bring those selves to relationship with others and help them be their full selves. For me, this was my Beth Tefillah experience. Beth Tefillah School and Beth Tefillah Shul are truly a great place for kids to grow. It was a place in which I felt Rabbi Wahlberg and Mrs. Shore, my teachers, were all invested in me being me, not needing to be anybody else, but developing my unique strengths, working on my challenges, and being open with who I am, becoming me, becoming Anochi. It's in the way Beth Tefillah pays attention to every individual, whether a student in the school or a congregant in the shul, and invites them to become their true selves. This is Thanksgiving weekend. And indeed, in Judaism, the root of hoda'ah, of giving thanks, is deeply connected to the idea of admission, confession, acknowledging who we really are and our vulnerabilities and our dependencies. Part of giving thanks means saying, I need you. I can't be me without all the others who are there for me, who are the Anochi imachs, the I am there with yous in our lives, supporting and enabling our becoming our true selves. So this Thanksgiving, this Shabbat Parashat Vayeitzei, let's take the opportunity to try to feel what it means that Anochi imach, that God is with us, that the infinite divine force in the universe is invested in our taking off our deep masks and becoming our true selves. Let's try to model that in our relationship with others, inviting them to be their true selves by letting them know that we're there with them and for them, for whoever they are. And offering the thanks of appreciating our interrelatedness, the ways we need each other, being there for each other in this time of tremendous challenge, isolation, and loneliness, saying to the other, I'm there for you, so be you, and please be there for me, so that I can be me. May we feel Anochi imach, that God is with us, protecting us, baderech asher Anochi holech, on the journey we're each journeying on together with this incredible Beth Tefillah community that is there for us each step of the way, for all of our lives. With love, Shabbat Shalom.